Alrighty. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think one person's watching right now. Alrighty. So I'll consider this like a little pre-stream to the Friday Night Reacts over on Twitch. Last time we did this, I was reacting to copyrighted music that you guys requested. We were doing good so far. I think we were 2 or 3 reactions in before we got blocked. And it was the Australian stomping music, which was very good, by the way. That reaction is lost, but I think I should re-react to that request there. If I wasn't totally honest, I could say, hey, it's my first reaction on that reaction. But I'll be honest. All right. The eye is a little bit better. There we go. Got a face for radio, huh? All right. So right now what we're going to do is there was this video that caught my attention, popped in my feed, on how baby metal became metal's beloved. I was like, okay, I'll check this out. Looks like a baby metal video essay that I think is going to give us a little bit of a history and all that within 11 minutes, which is a very difficult thing to do. I know nothing about this person. Okay. I know nothing about this person. I think they are definitely a metal head. At least they did seem to. They have a whole channel dedicated to metalcore and stuff. You know, she looks like a kid. Her Instagram. Yeah, she's definitely 16. So, a kid putting together a baby metal video essay. Okay. So already I kind of expect it to not be, not be without its flaws. Hey, if I did a baby metal video essay, it would probably have some flaws in it as well. Some things missing. Though, even though I would consider myself kind of knowledgeable, there's things I don't know, at least the particulars of. You know, I know they started in 2010. I know when they first started, it was under Sakura Gakuen was the group. Was like the J-pop group sort of thing there, but baby metal was like a sub unit of that. It was very experimental. It was operated on a shoestring budget, a wild idea. They didn't think it was going to go anywhere. Well, that's not true. If they didn't think it was going to go anywhere, they wouldn't even fund it, right? But there were risks because it wasn't really. Well, it wasn't. They did not know. Amuse did not know whether or not it was going to do well and all that, right? Obviously, things have changed. Whereas Sakura Gakuen eventually had to close down. Baby metal became its own thing and is not only successful, but still very active. They have a new album coming out. They're in a position where they can collab with even more artists. Some people don't like that. I think it's a great position for them to be in. and it also helps spread their name. And that's the whole goal there, because it's not just spreading baby metal. But those that get into baby metal might be curious about what are these other Japanese metal groups. Now I don't know if they'll go to baby metal and then to groups like Unlucky Morpheus, but they might go to baby metal and then maybe in the future if baby metal ever shares the stage with other Japanese acts worldwide, then definitely like what do you call them? High school heroes, Atarashi Gakko, high school leaders, right? That's what it translates to, I believe. But there is some overlap there, right? Like I could say for example, when I got into baby metal, when I got into them, I also got into band-maid and then Love Bites and then Nimifila and stuff like that. So there is overlap there. Of course, I'm a reactor, so I'm kind of looking for it. So it's kind of twofold with me because, yeah, I'm looking for it to react, but I'm also, well, I mean, I really like the music I listen to. I mean, the music I react to on this channel is music I listen to on the regular anyway. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Bride Deer during my workouts. So I think this weekend I might switch that to Audius because I have an itching for that. Or it might be band-maid. Not sure. Anyway. So yeah, you guys feel free to chime in the comment section. Hey, who's watching right now? Who's watching? Hey, Brian Little, how's it going? By the way, blood pressure seems to be managed. I took it about an hour ago. Under 140. That's great. That's great for me. A few weeks ago, it was on the 200s. Whoa, gnarly, huh? But it seems to be doing pretty good. Maybe having that Wednesday where I'm just reacting to Amira Villakaken and Angelina Jordan seems to be helping me. I think some baby metal will help me too. You went to crap yesterday? Oh, okay. Well, sorry to hear. Yeah, I think for big guys like us, and I think for big guys like us, it's always going to be a struggle. It's just going to be a thing you just have to manage. At an echocardiogram, the doctor said, looking pretty good. So, all right, cool. So, looks like I decided to get healthy at the right time to get this stuff taken care of and managed. So, any smoking for me during this stream? Well, if I do, don't tell the doctor. I really shouldn't, but I do miss the smell. The cigarillos I'd smoke from time to time, they smell good. And, yeah. Okay. All right, I think I killed enough time here. So as we get into this, just know that she's probably going to... So, look, man, I'm going to be fair and be nice. I'm going to be reacting to this as obviously a baby metal fan and as someone who's kind of somewhat knowledgeable about them. And there's some things I notice. I'm going to obviously bring that up. But, yeah, I think just taking on this task to create an 11-minute video essay on baby metal is not an easy feat. For the video-wise, yeah, I'll just leave it like this. Anyway, let's go and press that play button and get started.
We all know how metal and heavy baby metal is, touring and collaborating with Poppy, Spiritbox, BABYMETAL Rising, Electric Cowboy to name a few, gaining a huge fanbase in Japan and a massive fanbase in Western countries. So how did they went from being J-pop idols to becoming the greatest modern metal group that many would faint over? But first, who are the members? Let's start with Suzuka Nakamoto, aka Su Metal, the lead vocalist. Before metal, she used to be a J-pop idol, being a member of Karen's Girl and Sakura Gakuen.
Karen girls, all right? Karen girls.
Doom metal carries the main melodies with clarity and power. Moya Kikuchi, aka Moa Metal, was also in Sakura ga Queen, known for her energetic dancing and scream parts in songs. Yui Mitsuno, Yui Metal, was the third member until 2018. She danced and screamed alongside Moa. Sadly, Yui left the band.
The scream might not be very literal, huh? Right? That dance and scream is kind of funny, huh? I mean, that is what it is. I mean, that's what they say it is. That's what it is in writing, but not what it is in the literal sense.
In late 2018 for health reasons. Her departure left Baby...
Oh, yeah. That's the official narrative. Let's back up.
Sadly, Yui left the band in late 2018 for health reasons.
Yui left the band for health reasons. That's the official narrative. Some Yui bros are still like, they're not convinced. But it is what it is. Time to move on, I suppose, right? I mean, it is that.
Her departure left BABYMETAL a duo for several years. Momoko Kasaki, aka Momo Metal. In 2023, BABYMETAL quietly introduced a new third member.
Let's back up. I wouldn't say quietly introduced. I'm not sure why it's quietly introduced. Right? It's they had a I mean, quietly introduced in the fact that, like, maybe like as an Avenger, when Sue and Moa were doing pretty much like they were presented as a duo for a little while. They had those the backup dancers. They called them the Avengers, and there was 3 of them, right? I don't know the names of the other 2, but Momo was one of them. And see, I'm kind of lacking in some things, but I wouldn't say quietly introduced, because when she was introduced as an official member, it was a big thing, a big ordeal, where she had her own special, Legend MM, right? And then she had a big old act with headbanger and stuff. And even the second day, she had a big act with Meta Taro, right? Where she had a bit. So, but okay.
His former Sakura ga Queen member and was her backup dancer in 2019. Her arrival restored the trio format, each member's background as a J-pop.
Okay, so Kano, Riho, and Momoko were the names of their Avengers. Okay. I wasn't even going to try their last names. I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to...
J-pop idol gave BABYMETAL their pop polish. Their sweet, energetic dance moves from J-pop, paired with the heavy, headbanging guitar riffs and heartbeat drumming from the Kami band, aka the backing band in BABYMETAL, made them stood out.
That's a good thing to point out there, Grington 300. So Legend MM was her birthday. That's right. She was introduced at BABYMETAL Begins April 23rd. That is correct there. That is correct. And I would say even that was not a quiet introduction as well, but maybe that's something I'm just splitting hairs on, and yeah. Back up a little bit.
And heartbeat drumming from the Kami band, aka the backing band in BABYMETAL, made them...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like doing a video essay on them now, I guess you could say that, but in the very beginning. In the very, very beginning, they didn't even have the Kami band. In the very, very beginning, it was the Baby Bones. But I guess, back in those days, it was, it was like just, they're pretty much singing and dancing to the backing music, But the Kami band came in later. Do you guys know when the Kami band came later, or when they came in? I think it was 2012, right? I know I reacted to the live concert, or I watched it over on. I think I was watching it on Kick then.
Them stood out among others. After forming, they released their self-titled album in 2014, introducing their sound to the world. It includes Doki Doki Morning, a cheery opener with breakdowns, Headbanger! An official headbanging anthem.
Oh, we're not gonna get in trouble for this, are we? I don't think we are. I don't see any copyright claims on her video. Okay. Yeah, I mean their first album had Doki Doki Morning and Headbanger, yeah.
And Majitsun, mixing heavy guitar.
This is an awkward part for me. Because as someone who butchers names all the time, left and right? So I'm not one to say that. Okay. Like I was the reactor, one of many who kept on mispronouncing Ine as line, right? Even though in the song, what do they say? They don't say line. They don't say line. They say Ine, right? But yeah, Megasune. But yeah, that's okay.
And Majitsun, mixing heavy guitar with Japanese shamisen.
Yeah, I think she's from Hong Kong. So I think it's, there's that. At least from what I gather from her YouTube channel. Where did I see that? Oh, Hong Kong right there. Okay. And by the way, what's cool to notice, cool to point out, is that these songs are still like fan favorites. And they are definitely going to be on a playlist for sure. Though, I mean, right now with their new songs that they've been playing on their current concerts now, I don't know what the playlist is. I am sure Megasune is somewhere there.
The album's breakout was Give Me Chocolate, an iconic track about chocolate cravings. Its viral music video became an international hit.
Yeah. Yeah, and even Give Me Chocolate's still a fan favorite. Even though I think if I were to ask you guys, is it time for them to retire that song? Some of you guys would probably say yes, but whenever they play it, I mean, the live crowd says otherwise, right? I mean, we could all say right now, and probably be in agreement that the song is overplayed and it's, maybe has lost its magic. But has it though? Because when they perform it live, when you're there, what are you doing? That's right. You're listening to it. You're feeling it. Okay? It's a classic.
The sugary melodies gained attention overseas and became the group.
But then that's a clip of Headbanger right there, So I know that. I think we all know that.
Group's most viewed video. The album also contained No More Bullying, an anthem against school bullying.
Oh, IDZ. Okay, how I mentioned I'm one to butcher names. Don't ask me how to pronounce IDZ.
Earning fan letters about how it helped them stand up to bullies.
Yeah, and this song's also a fan favorite and one they play very regularly, and that's really good when they do. It's very fun.
Papaya in 2019 featured Thai rapper F Hero.
Okay. Wait. What? Wait. What? Yeah. I mean, in 2019 they did Papaya with F Hero. What? Hold on.
Is an explosive party track with a big chant of Papaya. Metal herself called Papaya the first song with a rap section, and noted it has a fun performance that channels summer carnival vibes.
Yeah. I mean, when they play it, they say Papa Ya, Papa Ya, Papa Ya, Papa Ya. You know. But yeah, okay. Man, I'm becoming that guy, right? That guy that's in the comment section and like tells you how to pronounce it, and it happens to me all the time. Am I doing the thing? I'm doing that thing. But I'm feeling kind of weird right now because we just talked about like the earlier songs, right? And she was talking about the debut album, but now we're talking about Papa Ya, which is on Metal Galaxy. I mean, we skipped over a bunch of tracks, like a bunch of tracks. We even skipped over the collaboration. Well, would you guys call it a collab? What do you guys call it? More like a feature, kind of like a thing with Dragon Force with Road of Resistance. I've heard different things about that. I think in one of the releases, obviously the Dragon Force dudes were credited as part of the writing process of the song. I shall go back. I think just a bit out of order. Okay, that's cool.
The EP also included songs like Elevator Girl.
Okay, yeah. If we're talking about Metal Galaxy, yeah.
And Distortion. Both show Baby Metal expanding into EDM and Gothic territory.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Metal Resistance.
Distortion is another song that they play quite a bit. I wish Elevator Girl seems to have been forgotten, which is sad because it's a good song. But, with the release of this new album, there's going to be a lot of songs that are going to be kind of forgotten for a little bit, huh? Herman Lee and Sam Tolman did the guitar arrangements. Team BABYMETAL wrote the song. Yeah, I thought I read somewhere like on Wikipedia or somewhere, one of the releases had like them credit for it. But it's probably one of those things where like along with Team BABYMETAL, like, they did the guitar part. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, so now we're doing Metal Resistance. Okay.
Resistance was BABYMETAL's second album that really forms their style. Critics describe it as a relentless blur of ideas. Notable songs include GJ, a fire opener with speedy riffs,
Yeah. Speedy riffs, but yeah, okay. GJ is a good song. It's one that sometimes I forget about, but it's a good track. And even now, I was like, GJ. Oh, yeah, that's right, GJ. That track. Yeah. It's just like that.
Anger, Not Saint Anger is a goth metal tune driven by eerie riffs.
Part of the black BABYMETAL, right? Which I don't think we're gonna get anything about that because that might be a little bit too. We're talking about 11 minutes of information, Cram. Okay, I don't think we're getting that.
And Karate, which surprised fans by blending tappy techno verses.
I don't know if I would call that techno verses, but it's a very cool chorus. Man, Karate is a cool song. It has a very cool sound to it. I don't know of another BABYMETAL song that's like that in style. There's some similar. If I think about it long enough, there might be. There's probably another one, right? That's kind of similar. I don't know. TJ is a Yopi song, very different for him. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, I like that dude's. I reacted to one of his EPs, and I thought it was pretty cool.
No Rain, No Rainbow is a power ballad
Oh
about...
yes, that's a good one. That's a good song. That is a very cool song. Now, to be honest, I mean, why would I not be honest, right? It's one that had to grow on me. You know, when the slow song comes on, it's like, am I skipping this or am I keeping it? You know, am I letting it play or am I skipping this bad boy? But if you let it cook, you are rewarded. It is a very beautiful song.
A hope in hard times. And the grandly epic The One, which actually has the girls singing in English for parts of its chorus.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Metal Galaxy
Forever, You're the Only One. Oh, and the guitars. Oh, man, I love that. I love that song. It is so good. It is so good. When that comes on, man, when they're doing that, it warms your heart. It's like, yeah, man, that's good. Okay.
album was an quote opus of kawaii metal.
Okay, so now we're talking about BABYMETAL Galaxy, the opus of kawaii metal. I don't think I've ever heard it described like that. The opus of kawaii metal. Okay. I would have to say I think you get more kawaii sound from like their debut album, but I mean you do have Elevator Girl. You have Dada Dance. Obviously, there's a lot more tracks than that. I'm just thinking which ones would be more, on the kawaii level. There's a very, very experimental track called "From Dusk Till Dawn." That one's a weird track. Very cool to kind of meditate to,
Dada Dance is a hyperactive synth-pop metal that sounds like...
Dada Dance is a good reference if you're going to say like opus of kawaii metal. Okay.
Dance music, supercharged for an arcade.
Yeah, supercharged for an arcade. It sounds like something from Dance Dance Revolution. Yeah, that's fitting.
Shanty Shanty Shanty, which...
From Dusk Till Dawn was on Metal Resistance. Oh, see, I messed up there. From Dusk Till Dawn. Was it? Huh. Maybe I was thinking of Future Metal. Yeah, but Future Metal's kind of like that's like an opening track, and it's like, okay. Syncopation on the Agenda edition. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Mixes dubstep beats with chants.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Shanty 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 is a cool song. I like that.
And Shine is a surprisingly grand power ballad with strong sections.
Oh, weird. Up, down, left, right. Yeah. BBAB, the song that they haven't even played yet live, right? I did a video on how they need to bring that song. At least play it. Can we get a petition for them to play that song once? Maybe they feel like they need to redo it or something.
This album can be summed up with one word: diverse. The Other One album showed the group maturing. Kerrang praised it as some of their strongest material to date. Time Wave, which makes it...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as far as them maturing, 100%, I definitely agree with that, yeah. In the one, or the other one. The album that BABYMETAL doesn't consider to be an official, like, to the lore, right? That was just funny. But there are some cool, There are very cool tracks on that album. Like Maya. Oh, yeah. Time Wave for sure. Believing.
It's an 80s electro rock chorus with big synths.
Yeah. Time Wave has a very cool, big feel to it that I really like.
Light and Darkness starts with a metallic chuck and then
Light and Darkness. This was a song that had to work on me, had to grow on me. At first, you could go back to see my reaction of it. I wasn't really... Because I've heard other J-pop artists kind of do that sort of sound before, and they had much more bass in their production. And Ayumi Hamasaki, one of them. Ayumi Hamasaki, the song Evolution. That's what it kind of... That's what I kept thinking of when I was hearing the song, and I was like, ooh. But over time, and also with the right headphones, I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah. Especially hearing live versions of the song, I was like, yeah, okay, this is good.
drive into a glittery pop refrain. And Metalism, which is a total stomp rave track. Think Gab.
Okay, Metalism is very cool. I like this song. I really do. And it sounds like there's going to be a but there. There is no but. Metalism's a cool song.
Or EDM beat powering into a fake melting guitar solo. After going through their discography, now it's time for the collaborations and touring.
Okay. Yeah, they've done a lot of collabs, and that, I think, has helped them quite a bit. Now, I think some people are kind of burned out on collabs. You hear that the naysayers will bring that up. Oh, they do nothing but collabs now. They do a lot of collabs, for sure. And the whole idea of that is to obviously help kind of spread awareness of Baby Metal through other artists, kind of show who... And it's working for them. But it's also like collabs isn't something really new for them. They've been collabing or having features and stuff from with Metal Galaxy. They had a lot of features in Metal Galaxy there. So a feature and a collab are two different things.
Over the years, BABYMETAL has toured with, opened, and collaborated with many Western artists, starting with their upcoming album.
Oh, now they would probably want to collab with Slipknot. They probably would. If Slipknot was open to it, they probably would do it. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know the inside scoop of behind the scenes, right? But I'm pretty sure they're open, like Baby Metal's open. I'm not so sure if Slipknot's open, but at this point, why not? You know, what did they have to lose? I heard from another YouTube channel that talks about, I think it was called Metal Radio or Metal, I forgot what the show's called. Okay, some interview where like the Slipknot guys are out of inspiration for like new material. So at this point, it's like, wow, why not? Why not collab? Because I'm pretty sure Baby Metal can help you out with at least one song. Go 50-50 on that thing. Play your cards right, maybe they will, you know. But they already have a new album coming out with all sorts of great material. Which, by the way, have you guys heard those songs yet? If you're anything like me, you've seen the footage of the live performances of like Con and was it Song 3? I've heard them. You've heard them, right? You're probably like, no, I don't want to hear them yet. But I was the same way. I didn't want to hear. I was like, I want to hear the studio version. But I played it anyway. And I was like, okay, these sound cool, but I really want to. And I was like, it didn't spoil it for me because if anything, it had me like, man, I really want to hear like the clean version of this. But I'm like even more hyped for it. But anyway.
Album Metal Forbes mega collaboration with Poppy on From Me to You. Ratata featuring Electric Cowboy.
Yeah. And hey, what's the view count of this music video, by the way, of Ratatatata? Ratatatata. Is it at like And I don't even know. It's pretty high, I'd imagine. The Koba wants to make the other one, or probably wants to make the other one more mysterious by pretending it's not a proper album. It wants to make people say, but it's great. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised by that. Because with Koba, there's like this... there's a lot he's not saying, right? I get that impression anyway.
Metal with Tom Morello.
Now this one I butchered the name of. I'll be like Metali. Metal. It would be cooler if the song was called Metal. But yeah, this was a cool collaboration as well. Man, in this song, man, they played it a lot. Man, they and every time it comes on, man, the crowd is like hyped up for it. It's very cool. In the cool Kami band guitar or introduction, very cool, very cool.
And upcoming songs like Song 3 with Slaughter to Prevail, My Queen with Spirit Box, Sunset Kiss with Polyphilia, and
oh yeah, man, Sunset Kiss is gonna be a beauty. That thing is gonna be a work of art. Oh my god. You thought Brand New Day was gorgeous? Oh my god. Oh. They're gonna evolve. I expect complete evolution in that song. Am I expecting too much? I don't think so.
Korn with Bloodywood. They've dropped the Legend map, which is a sign from the god of metal, the Fox God, to reveal their full 2025 plan. To be fair, when I saw the song Korn, my mind went to Korn, the new...
Okay. So like I do think this girl is into metal. I don't think she's posing at all. I think she's into this. Obviously she has a whole channel dedicated to various metal things, right? Different bands, some of metalcore and all this stuff. So she's definitely a fan of metal. You know what? I don't know if she'll be a guest or be mentioned on the Baby Metal radio show. It'd be cool if she was, right? But yeah, so there's that. Kami band guitarists are getting bigger each time they play live. You mean physically? Are you fat shaming the Kami band? Japanese dude in the chat, are you fat shaming the Kami band for being Americans? Huh? I'm just messing with you. I'm messing. They are getting bigger. I've noticed that. They're getting better. They also apparently they have new battle armor too. I read that on the Baby Metal subreddit. I do that sometimes, right? I'll take a look at that maybe. We have time.
New metal band. Going back in time, they started their official Western artist journey in 2014. They opened for Lady Gaga's tour Art Rave, the art pop ball in the US.
They opened for Lady Gaga? Oh yeah, okay. So some of this stuff I may not really know, okay? And that's fine.
Then in 2017, they became Metallica's opening acts in Korea, and then they shared a stage at Rock in Rio in 2019, then opened for Red Hot Chili Peppers 2016 UK tour.
Oh yeah, and there's even a cool a thing where like they gave Sue a birthday cake. That was very cool, man.
Touring across England and Scotland together. In 2017, they supported Guns N' Roses, playing massive shows in Japan as a warm-up act. In 2020, Bring Me the Horizon released Kingslayer with Baby Metal.
Oh yeah, Kingslayer.
With Oliver Skies joining Sue Mel on
the only song of Bring Me the Horizon I've actually heard.
on vocals. Then in 2023, they toured with Sabaton as special guests. Now, this one's my favorite. They toured with the Death Clock for the...
Okay. Wait. she's excited about Death Clock. Now, I haven't heard people excited about Death Clock, except for the time that I went to go see Baby Metal and Death Clock. Like I saw them in Houston, and you could tell which ones were there for Death Clock, which ones were there for Baby Metal. The Baby Metal dudes were, a lot of them were dressed up. Well, they had a Baby Metal T-shirt on. There was like maybe I think like a handful that were actually like dressed up in a way that would definitely be like, oh yeah, they're Baby Metal fans, you know. I mean, you know, beyond just a shirt. I mean, like trying to kind of look like them and stuff like that. But yeah, so Death Clock. I mean, Death Clock is, look, I like Death Clock. I like some of their songs. I only know a few though. I know like Face Puncher, right? It's called Face Puncher or something. I don't know what it's called. Okay. Something like, and then there's a song called Thunder Horse. That one's cool too.
A special guest. Now, this one's my favorite. They toured with the Death Clock for the Baby Clock North American tour. If you don't know Death Clock nor Metal Apocalypse, then you're missing out 99% of the fun. Seriously, who doesn't like Death Clock? Anyways, they opened for A7X at Resurrection Fest in 2024, which is also one of my favorite bands. Overall, Baby Metal has crossed from the east to the west in unique ways. They've acted as professionals, delivering brilliant performances as open acts for huge rock and metal bands. In return, those artists have shown respect by collaborating with them and supporting them, like Rob Zombie, defending them from old stinky metal gate creepers. So why does their fans called Fox Army love them? Here's a few reasons I gathered.
Now, are the fans called Fox Army? I thought they were the one, or is that, or that has changed? Has that changed? I probably missed out on that. I probably missed out. Bo and Flea were a good combination on their show. I've seen clips of that show, so I would have to agree.
First, the fusion of J-pop and metal, creating a new subgenre called kawaii metal. A fan on Twitter described hearing Give Me Chocolate as going from candy to chainsaw in seconds. Switching from pop to metal keeps listeners hooked. Second is their live performances. Their cute and very gorgeous stage outfits paired with their memorable dance moves like the signature fox hand gesture and Kami Band's heavy energy made reviewers call their concerts fun, high-octane, and epic. Like, can you imagine 3 girls that look like this can control a whole crowd?
Okay, that right there, what you just said, very cool. Yeah, can you imagine 3 girls like that look like them being able to control a crowd, especially a crowd of metalheads? Because let's face it, but the baby metal thing is still very different. You know, when they come to the West, when they play with other bands in the West, it really shows. It's a different thing altogether. You have a part of it that's like what would be like a J-pop sort of thing there, and the fact that you have that unit, the three girls, and then but you also have the band part too. Of course, when they tour, it's all kind of one thing. I mean, the way it's presented. Well, it depends on the stage though, right? Because sometimes it's like, you know, the girls are more in the front, the common band's more in the back. It depends on the stage, right? It depends on what's going on there, but it's still. But even to kind of describe them, it's very different. It'd be like some people, you say, "Oh, Baby Metal's a band." It'd be like, "Well, is it really a band?" You know, it'd be like, "Oh, the ladies don't even play their own instruments," but that doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what, because a band is like, you know, a band of people together like that are musicians. So, I mean, technically, they would be a band, or you could be like, "Oh, they're," you know. I feel like I'm splitting hairs here on what the term is, but people get caught in that, you know, and you'll have people who are like very, very opinionated on this, and they will stick to their, to their opinions on it, hardcore. As Momo joined, they brought Death back to the show, but now I miss the name of. Yes, yeah, okay. So that's something I mentioned last year, that In the Name Of, I thought when they went down to South America, that would have been a great, like down to Brazil, that would have been a great time to bring out In the Name Of, especially playing in Brazil. Because In the Name Of, it has that like Sepultura drumming style, you know, it has that South American, like Brazilian flavor to it. It really does. but they didn't. And I was like, man, that's an opportunity missed. And I even said, if they don't bring that song back then, I don't think they're ever going to bring it back. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong on that. Okay. I don't want to be wrong.
I'm a pit and
But I
March.
hope I am.
That's insane aurora from them. Each show feels like a roller coaster ride through metal, J-pop, and performance art. Third is a positive, uplifting messages. Many baby metal songs carry positive or empowering themes such as no bullying, never again, no rain, no rainbow.
That's right. No bullying, never again. In a song where like what you got Moa and Yui, or it's Moa and Momo, fighting each other on stage with Sue Metal breaking up the fight. Yeah. And the name of is good for arena shows, but doesn't work too well at festivals. Yeah, that's probably something that they considered, what they thought about.
Encourages perseverance through tough times. Even Roller Resistance is about the power of unity and standing strong. This combination, heavy riffs with hopeful lyrics, resonates with younger fans.
And will it always be the closer? Is that going to be the closer from here on out? It seems like it, right? Because what else would you close on? I think IDZ at one point was the closer, right? You could close out with the one. Haven't they done that before? Or I thought it was like they'd use the one and then do Road Resistance.
And people who are struggling with their mental health or life. Fourth is their persona and mythology. If you don't know, Baby Metal built a fun mythology. The Fox God.
Yes. See, yeah, this is pretty cool because it kind of, for an 11-minute video, it kind of gives you a little bit of a taste. I'm glad she included this part because they have a big mythology that you could just kind of get lost in.
Lost Divas and the Metal Resistance saga that gives fans
White
lore
Flame.
to dive into. It's like a video
Yeah, White Flame. The way it sounds, yeah, it should be a closer. Well, I want to hear how it sounds.
game or anime storyline unfolding album by album. Fans enjoy decoding costumes, stage names, and story snippets. The girls' playful onstage personas
February next year.
February next year. Make sure you're there because that was
February next year.
amazing.
became a part of an inside joke in the community.
Yes, of course, I love the UK.
Yes, of course.
Yeah?
I love the UK.
Well, they don't. Yeah, I mean, they're working with what they have. English is not their first language, and it's great. Of course, things have changed over time. Like Moa Metal's gotten a lot better. Oh, a lot better in interviews. So has Sue.
Last is their international community. Since they toured the world so much, they've built a global community. A Japanese band that sings mostly in Japanese, yet sells out Western arenas. It's like a miracle. This makes their Japanese fans and international fans
Keanu Reeves with a picture of Big Metal Girls. Okay. Yeah, man, that's cool. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah. that is very cool. When I saw that the first time, I was like, man, that's right. Keanu Reeves is in a band. He has a band. I forgot what the band's called, right? But it's pretty cool that it was there.
fans having something in common, yet sharing each other's culture. It also means at their shows, you'll hear people singing lyrics in Japanese with delight. This shared experience fulfilled their mission to unify the world through heavy metal. In conclusion, their creative music, dazzling performances, and unique themes, all wrapped in a bizarre but irresistible package, they proved that metal can be playful and be heavy without losing each other's soul. As Cobra Metal said, their mission was to fuse heavy metal and J-pop to unify the world, and amazingly, it happened. has worked. With each album and tour, they keep pushing boundaries and inviting fans into their kawaii metal universe. Whatever you say about them being real metal or not, being a gimmick band or not, their music has carved out a space for newer bands that wants to follow the path a way to do so. We got other kawaii metal bands like the Sura Rabbits.
Okay, I don't know who the Southern Rabbits are. I don't know who they are.
And Deadlift Lolita that has the same vibe.
I know Lady Baby or Baby Beard. I know them. I know it was Lady Baby, then it was the artist formerly known as Lady Baby, right? And then Baby Beard, and then what else? I don't know. I don't see him ever really getting the to the level that Baby Metal's at. But I will say, like I said in the beginning, as Baby Metal grows and people become more aware of them, it does open the doorway for other Japanese bands as well. Maybe it might be easier for ones that are kind of more related in a way, at least sound wise. Like maybe like I want to say in the moment right now, Hanabiya, but it's only related in some ways in the fact that there's like a kind of a kawaii cuteness in some of their songs, but the metal part of their songs goes very hardcore. Goes very, very hardcore, right? Are we buffering? Okay. So like I don't know if it would be, you know, while there's overlap right now, I could say there's overlap with Baby Metal fans and Hanabiya. I don't. Yeah, I mean I could see overlap there. Is all I'll say. What do you guys think?
Or even cuter vibes than Baby Metal. But nothing will ever top Baby Metal. Let me know if you're a fan of Baby Metal or not, and if yes, what is your favorite album by them?
I'm a fan of Baby Metal. My favorite album would have to be song by song. It would have to be Metal Resistance. It would have to be for sure. So that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Okay, so this was like I said, it's like 10 minutes and 27 seconds. An 11-minute video that's kind of very quickly gives a very brief introduction to Baby Metal and why they become metal's beloved. Okay, I think for the most part it does a good job. Are there some issues and things? Yeah. You know, but that's where the comment section's at, and the Baby Metal fans are very eager to inform, and have always been nice to me. So I'm sure in kind they'll be nice to her as well. So yeah, and besides, like I'm looking at this like, okay, she's young, she's looking at this group. I don't expect her to know all like the inside stuff of like the old lore, because that, like, how far you want to dig, you know, like, you can get lost in that. But I think overall it's pretty good. So yeah, there you have it. Now, as far as the Friday Night Reacts, it is 8:24. Well, I have to say this, gentlemen. I don't know if I don't know. I mean, to say I don't think. It's going to be like this. I will not do a Friday Night Reacts tonight. No Friday Night Reacts tonight. What I'll do instead is there is a link in the description box in this video that I'll put in the chat as well. Send me your requests there, and I will make them priority reacts. I will react to them this weekend. And I may even do it live, but I'll probably do it offline. So let me go ahead and get that set up real fast. Okay. I put a link in the chat. You can use this link to send in your song requests you would like me to react to. I will react to them this weekend. I will put those reactions out next week. They will have priority. I will take care of them on Saturday. That's tomorrow. I think I can go without mowing the yard tomorrow. So I might end up just reacting to them tomorrow morning. All right. Well, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy this. Well, before we part ways, what do you guys think of the video we just saw? Any thoughts? Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Y'all take it easy and have a good one.